Vietnam Weekly News Highlights. Apartment prices increased 2% during the fourth wave COVID-19. Vietnam remains attractive investment destination. Foreign trade likely to exceed $600 billion this year. Reoperate international passenger flights. New financial support package to create new momentum for business recovery. Vietnamese government greenlights investment of Sapa Airport. Vietnam to build 9 new railways by 2030. A representative of the Ministry of Construction said that since the fourth COVID-19 epidemic broke out, real estate investment and business activities have stalled, but the apartment segment has increased by about 2%. However, the primary price and rental prices of real estate have almost no big changes. Project developers and individuals doing real estate business still keep the price established from the end of the second quarter of 2021. Accordingly, the price of apartments, affordable, mid-end, high-end, increased slightly from 1 to 2%. Meanwhile, individual houses, land plots decreased by 1 to 2%. Vietnam is still seen as an attractive destination, and the problems of 2021 do not mean that foreign investors will turn away, according to a recent report by Singapore Institute of International Affairs. The Vietnamese economy showed considerable resilience, even amidst the 2021 pandemic situation. Trade numbers have remained strong, with Vietnam's total trade value of goods up 33.5% year-on-year in the first 5 months of 2021. This is supported by strong economic recoveries in major markets, especially the US and China, according to the report. Economists forecast Vietnam should still attract some $30 billion in foreign direct investment this year, or a 2% rise, year-on-year. The Ministry of Industry and Trade has predicted Vietnam's total import-export turnover is likely to expand by 10% this year to $600 billion, beating the 4% growth target set previously by the government. The Ministry of Industry and Trade statistics show the country's foreign trade hit more than $26 billion in the first half of October, including $13.16 billion from exports. For groups of commodities with an export turnover of $1 billion or more each were phones and components, computers, electronic products and components, and garment. Overall, the national total import-export turnover had reached more than $510 billion from the beginning of the year until October 15. Of the total figure, Vietnam earned $254 billion from exports and spent $256.45 billion on imports, resulting in a trade deficit of $2.45 billion. The Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam has planned to reopen international commercial passenger routes in 4 phases, expected to start at the end of this year. On October 22, a representative of the Civil Aviation Administration of Vietnam said that according to the plan submitted to the Ministry of Transport, the industry will launch international package flights for Vietnamese to return home and organize flights. Pilot welcome international tourists to some localities, such as Phu Quoc, Con Hoa, Quang Ninh. With the pilot flight to welcome international tourists, the Civil Aviation Administration of Vietnam proposed 4 phases from the end of this year, no market restrictions from Phase 1. In Phase 4, the aviation industry operates regular international flights, expected to apply from July 2022. As the COVID-19 pandemic has seriously impacted the implementation of Vietnam's economic development plans, the National Assembly and government have been proactively and urgently deploying stimulus packages to quickly restore the economy and leverage growth. The latest Resolution 406/NQ-UBTDQH-15, issued by the National Assembly on October 19, is regarded as a correct and timely policy, and was well received by enterprises. The resolution offers support for enterprises and individuals affected by COVID-19 through tax reductions with a total value of up to VND 21.3 trillion, $926 million. The beneficiaries will enjoy direct tax reductions, which is considered more practical than the extension of tax payments in previous support packages. The Vietnamese government plans to allocate VND 7 trillion, $307.4 million for the construction of the Sapa Airport in the northwest mountainous Lao Cai province on an area of 371 hectares. Deputy Prime Minister Le Van Ton signed off the decision on October 21, noting the project would be carried out under the public-private partnership financing mechanism. According to the decision, the Sapa Airport project is set to be executed in phases, in which the first would be commenced right in 2021 with the construction of the airport under the 4C standards of the International Civil Aviation Organization, and a Grade 2 military airport, with the two expecting to handle a total of 1.5 million passengers per year. The second phase would start in 2028 to finalize other facilities, and raise the capacity to 3 million passengers per year. The government expected the total construction time to be around 4 years, and another 46 years to recover the investment capital. Deputy Prime Minister Le Van Ton has signed a decision approving the railway system plan for 2021 to 2030, with a vision to 2050, which sets a target of building 9 new railways by 2030. They will have a total length of 2,362 kilometers. Under the plan, the railway industry will renovate and upgrade existing railways, connect with international transport routes, prepare capital and resources to start construction on new routes, with priority given to north-south high-speed ones and those linking gateway seaports, international airports, and main railways in major cities. Hanoi Weekly News highlights. Apartment prices in Hanoi continue to increase. Handover Cat Linh Railway project to Hanoi before November 10. Delayed projects in Hanoi will be listed every 6 months. Relocating industrial facilities out of Hanoi's inner city. Hanoi to invest in construction of Phu Dong Port. Savills Vietnam's real estate market report in the third quarter of 2021 said that despite the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, the supply of new apartments in Hanoi reached 3,200 apartments, up 101% compared to the previous quarter, and up 3% over the same period in 2020. In terms of primary price, 66% of the total new supply priced at over $1,500 per square meter, equivalent to VND 34.5 million/M2. In the first 9 months of 2021, the demand for apartment from $1,500 to $2,000 per square meter is on an uptrend, accounting for 50% of the number of sold units. Most of the projects are located in Tu Lim, Ca Gia, Long Bien, and Gia Lam districts. Hai Ba Trung, Ba Din and Ca Gia districts focus mainly on high-end projects, with the highest primary price of over $3,000 per square meter, about 69 million VND per square meter. Besides, in the last quarter of the year, Hanoi has about 8,000 apartments for sale, forecast that the affordable segment will be a blast. At the meeting on October 27, Deputy Prime Minister Le Van Ton directed the Ministry of Transport to complete the final stages to hand over the project to Hanoi before November 10, put it into operation, and use. Sending a report to the ongoing National Assembly session, the government said that the Cat Linh Ha Dong Railway project, 13 kilometers long, with a total initial investment in 2008 was 8,769 billion VND, equivalent to $552.8 million. After many times of delaying the operation time, by March 2021, the project has basically completed the construction and installation items. The government is directing to completely solve the remaining problems to hand over to the Hanoi People's Committee. Recently, the City People's Committee of Hanoi issued a plan on continuing to strengthen the inspection and handling of off-budget projects that are slow to deploy and violate the land law in the city area. According to the above plan, relevant city departments and people's committees of districts are responsible for checking, reporting and updating information about project implementation, planning and investment, natural resources and environment, construction, for housing and urban development projects, to periodically evaluate, summarize and report to the City People's Committee every 6 months. The Hanoi People's Committee has prepared a land fund of about 450 hectares in industrial parks to serve the relocation of industrial production facilities in the inner city. Deputy Director of the Hanoi Institute of Construction Planning Nguyen Duc Hung said that the orientation towards the usage of the land fund after the relocation of industrial production facilities is to prioritize the construction of public works, trees, parking, social infrastructure, and urban engineering. Industrial production facilities with space and architecture of historical and cultural value will be studied for conservation and embellishment. About 113 industrial production facilities in the inner city of Hanoi subject to relocation after 2020, in addition to Gia Lam Train Factory, with an area of about 27 hectares. The rest are mostly small scale. Average is about 0.3 ha/facility. In which, the facilities owning space and architecture with cultural and historical values need to be studied for reconstruction in order to promote the value such as Hanoi Brewery, Thong Knot Matches, Dong Xian Knitting. Hanoi plans to build Phu Dong Container Port in Gia Lam District with the capacity of handling 120,000 TEUs, equivalent to 1.5 million tons per year once completed. By 2030, it is designed to handle 3 million tons a year. This is the latest detailed planning of the Phu Dong Port, in Co Bai and Dang Xe communes, Gia Lam District, signed by Vice Chairman of the Hanoi People's Committee Duong Duc Tuan. In terms of scale, Phu Dong Port includes 4 container handlers, 3 reach stackers handling cement, and another 2 for other purposes. The container yard is 66,360 square meters, while a cargo yard is nearly 66,600 square meters.
Ho Chi Minh Weekly News Highlights.
Ho Chi Minh City will focus on solving difficulties for the real estate market. Ho Chi Minh City remittances up 22% to $5.1 billion. Public bicycles are expected to be piloted in Ho Chi Minh City in November. Thursday, Duc City's Intelligent Operations Center goes official. Work to begin on 3rd Tan Son Nhat Airport Terminal. The People's Committee of Ho Chi Minh City will review, summarize and group the difficulties and obstacles of real estate businesses, construction enterprises, and construction materials to solve. That is the plan given by the People's Committee of Ho Chi Minh City in the report on the economic cultural social situation in the first 9 months of the year, tasks and solutions for the last 3 months of 2021. Accordingly, the city will remove the difficulties of enterprises with the spirit of maximum support, creating the most favorable conditions for enterprises to complete the investment and construction procedures, promote and support enterprises to reactivate construction investment, and at the same time ensure safety against epidemics according to the criteria of the People's Committee of Ho Chi Minh City. Foreign remittances to Ho Chi Minh City in the first 9 months of the year were worth $5.1 billion, a 22% increase year-on-year. Nguyen Hong Minh, Deputy Director of the State Bank of Vietnam's Ho Chi Minh City branch, said the growth rate is impressive considering the impact of COVID-19 on the global economy. Overseas Vietnamese have faced difficulties traveling abroad or back to Vietnam for the past 2 years due to the pandemic, and so they might be having more savings than before, he suggested. The investor will soon import 500 bicycles and deploy 43 parking locations in District 1, and is expected to pilot public bicycles from November in the city center. 500 vehicles are planned to be imported by Tri-Nam Group to Ho Chi Minh City in early November, of which 388 vehicles are for rental, the rest is reserved. The transportation system is arranged at 43 positions on the sidewalks of several streets in District 1, near bus stops and shelters, parks, tourist attractions, to deliver travel over short distances. Each station has an area of 10 to 15 square meters, for 10 to 20 cars to park in 2 rows. The minimum width for one vehicle is 1 meter. The Vietnam Post and Telecommunication Corporation, and Thursday, Duc City on October 23 officially opened the Intelligent Operations Center, an important cog in helping the latter build a smart city and e-governance, after a 5-month trial run. Hong Tung, chairman of the People's Committee of Thursday Duc City, said the center would provide the city leaders with a comprehensive and 360-degree view of ongoing activities in terms of monitoring and managing all government services. It is a digital brain of the city that supports its leaders in administrative management to better serve the public and businesses. It serves areas like administrative management, including socioeconomic data analysis, and handling administrative procedures, getting feedbacks from the public, electronic document management, monitoring and managing public security and traffic, monitoring information from social networks, data in the education and health sectors, and geospatial information system, he listed. Construction of the T3 terminal at Ho Chi Minh Tan Son Nhat Airport will begin this December, the Transport Engineering Construction and Quality Management Bureau said Thursday. Look Quiet Teen, head of the bureau under the Ministry of Transport, said a feasibility report for the T3 terminal has been completed and is expected to be approved early November. The T3 terminal has been approved at a cost of VND 10.99 trillion, $482.6 million. Using the Airports Corporation of Vietnam's budget. Construction is expected to take 37 months. The terminal, with a capacity of 20 million passengers a year, and is intended for domestic flights, is expected to relieve the current overload on T1.